welcome to the East Daily Download on location in Lenoir County. My name is Mark. I will be your tour guide on this adventure across the East, which today brings us to historic Granger Stadium in Kinston, home of the Down East Wood Ducks. They're doing great this season. That's why we're here. We want to showcase them and talk about them. More on that in just a minute, though. I want to tell you how you can find the show. We're at WNCT.com under the East Daily Download tab. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all the usual suspects for social media. Use the hashtag East Daily Download. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, coming up today, as all week we're going to be in Lenoir County and featuring Lenoir County. Today we're going to go for Living Local to Pink Hill. We're going to go to downtown Kinston to talk about some new artwork and murals that are going to be going in. I was fortunate enough to be able to sit down with Alexa Kay, who's the Director of Marketing for the Down East Wood Ducks. So we have a multi-part interview, the first part of which is today. But right now, let's catch up with WNCT 9 on Your Side anchor Ken Watling, as he's also in Kinston for this week's People and Places at Lovex Cafe. Let's take a look.
I think it's a unique stop, along the way.
Whether you're a local or just driving through on a trip to the beach, there's a place in downtown Kinston that's been bringing in folks for 3/4 of a century.
We've been here for a long time.
78 years to be exact. Lovex Cafe opened on this spot on North Heritage Street back in 1941.
Well, something must be good.
Steve Lovick is the third-generation owner of this Lenoir County landmark.
What we've always tried to do is just stay simple. We don't try to be somebody we're not. But I think it's that simplicity. People come in here, they think they're home, and that's the way we always want to leave it.
And it's not just the customers feeling right at home. The workers here at Lovex Cafe do too.
I've got two that's been here longer than me. They actually work for my dad and my sister.
Cook Patty Fulgham is one of them. She's worked here for 34 years.
Started out as a dishwasher, then I moved myself up as a waitress, and then I moved myself up as a breakfast cook.
It's 20 years on the job for waitress Sharika Chapman, a job that came about by chance.
First of all, I didn't come for a job. My friend actually was working here, and somebody didn't come in or somebody quit. I was back there in the back just sitting down, and Steve Lovett came in there. He was like, "Do you know how to waitress?" I was like, "No, sir." He was like, "Well, you're going to learn today."
The employees remain consistent, and so too does the food. Lovex is a go-to breakfast spot for many. But for some, it's the dough burger that brings them in. Created in the 1940s as a way to stretch the dollar, the dough burger is part hamburger, part flour, served on bread instead of a bun. Today, Lovex sells as many as 300 of them a day.
We haven't changed it. We still got the same mixer, but we still make it the same way. Same amount of meat, same amount of flour, same amount of onions, salt and pepper, some other ingredients. So we hadn't changed anything about it.
In a town now known for craft beer and up-and-coming restaurants, it's Lovex that's remained a constant in downtown Kinston. And in the process, they've gained fans from all over the world.
This is true. There was a couple from Germany, one from London, one from Bar Harbor, Maine, Orlando, and Nashville in one walk around on a Friday morning. So if my dad and my granddad were still living, they wouldn't be able to believe it. It's crazy, really. A little old Kinston and Lovex Cafe.
Learn how to make cool crafts on a budget. Check out my weekly DIY series, Let's Craft, every Monday on WNCT.com.
Now downloading Meltivational Monday.
You know that voice in your head? The one that holds you back? It tells you, I'm not good enough. I know that voice. I conquered it, and I can help you do the same. I'm Mel Robbins. This fall, change is in sight. The Mel Robbins Show premieres September 16th.
Jerry does a good job. He lets you know when something is finna transpire. I have the app on my phone and the radar on my phone. It helps me know when the storm is coming up. One moment I really appreciated was when Hurricane Florence was about, and the way Jerry really let you know what was going to happen. That was one moment that made my decision for us to leave town. Craven County, we got hit bad. I just want to say y'all continue to do what you're doing.
welcome back to the East Daily Download on location in Lenoir County. We're here in historic Granger Stadium, Kinston, North Carolina, home of the Down East Wood Ducks, and behind me right now, the grounds crew's getting ready for tonight's game. This lawn, this grass is amazing. The groundskeeper has won awards for this. Okay, a lot still to come today. We're going to go to Pink Hill for this week's Living Local. We're going to go to downtown Kinston to talk about some new murals and artwork that are going to go in. But first, before any of that, I was lucky enough to be able to sit down with Alexa Kay, name you might not know, but she is the Director of Marketing for the Down East Wood Ducks. We cover a wide range of topics. Let's take a look at the first part of our conversation.
Now downloading.
What is the first day of the season like? What is opening day when all the people come in for the first time and there's all that excitement of the possibility of anything happening? What's that like?
Well, I think that the most, it's crazy out here. I'm absolutely nuts. It's madness. Our grounds crew is all out here in full force, because right now you just see probably Steven out there.
Right.
But normally he has a staff of 10, because
Wow.
this field takes a lot to get ready. And then we're trying to make sure that we have all of our promotions lined up, and we have all new people almost every year. My staff from last year to this season has been completely new. Okay. And it's always really young kids, and they get very nervous, which makes me nervous, and I'm like, I need it to go smoothly. And as long as our fans think that everything is going right is usually when I'm like, all right.
What's the difference between working during the playoffs and during the regular season, or is there a difference between those two things?
The main difference is just it matters more.
Okay.
There's a lot of energy in the stadium between our fans and our players, and if you stand right there at that third base gate and you can feel the energy from that dugout, that's what's probably the biggest difference. But I mean, we still run everything like normal. Yeah. It's just on it's almost like opening day, that scale of just making sure that it's top-notch everything.
Do you recall your very first opening day out here and what that experience was like?
Yes, I don't think I'll ever forget that, because I don't think I've ever been so nervous in my life. I was 23. This was my first big job out of college. And I was like, so I'm supposed to do what? And they're like, I do all of the script writing, all of that stuff. So everything that you hear or you see, I've pretty much produced or put into action. So that's a lot of weight on somebody who's never done it before. And thank goodness our office and all of the staff up there is super supportive. And I have veterans like Janelle and John and Wade have been in baseball for such a long time that I could not have gotten through it without them. But it was electric. I remember leaving and I don't think I slept that night because I was so excited.
Well, that's the way you want it to be, probably.
Yes, absolutely.
This man just became the first person to paddle from California to Hawaii. Spanish endurance athlete Antonio de la Rosa made the trip in 76 days. He started in San Francisco on his 24-foot stand-up paddleboard on June 9th. The vessel was equipped with supplies, GPS navigation, and solar panels for power, but no motor.
No motor. No. This is the motor.
And if that doesn't sound challenging enough, during his journey, De La Rosa was knocked off course by a nearby hurricane. Still, he managed to paddle into Oahu on August 24th.
Every year I think, what I do next year. I love this kind of life.
What exactly is this deer doing? That is what National Park Service officials would like to know. They say they can't explain the peculiar behavior that was caught on a nature camera. Experts often deploy remote cameras as a way to study animal behavior in the wild. Video captured can provide motivation to pursue questions about unknown behavior. As for this moment, according to an NPS Facebook post, their guess, a deer dance-off. Go home, deer. You're drunk. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
We're trying to get information to the public through various networks of emergency management, National Weather Service. We're in contact with those folks.
You want to make sure that you're going to do everything you can to protect your personal property. Cars, get them up. Things like air conditioners, heating and air units, do what you can to make sure they're not going to be compromised by floodwaters. You make sure that your house is prepared for a wind and water event.
My name is Noah Bremer. I'm a right-handed starting pitcher for the Down East Wood Ducks. I love golfing on my off days. Going up to Greenville Country Club is really fun. There's a lot of guys who love to enjoy fishing around here, so that's pretty much what we do on our off day. Either guys are going golfing or guys are fishing.
Welcome back to the East Daily Download on location from Lenoir County. Today we're at historic Granger Stadium in Kinston, home of the Down East Wood Ducks. This is a beautiful mural they have in the Mother Earth Pavilion here out at the stadium. We're also going to take you in a little bit to downtown Kinston to talk about some new murals they're going to be getting. We're also going to go to our Living Local in Pink Hill, but right now we want to hear more from Kelly Clarkson. She has a new show debuting today actually on WNCT-9 on your site at 3 o'clock. Let's hear what she has to say.
All right, here we go. First show, coffee in hand. I've got this.
We're getting Kelly Clarkson fans in the house. First show, first audience.
Wish me luck. Here we go.
The Kelly Clarkson Show is spontaneous. It's basically my personality. You never know what's going to happen.
We're gonna have some fun on here. Usually I'm singing or I'm doing webisodes or, drinking wine, which I don't, if you're not of age, don't do it. But if you are of age, just have another.
Demi Moore is a boss who leads her staff to disaster in the cannibal comedy Corporate Animal.
Are you ready for the ultimate team building challenge? Nope.
Moore plays Lucy, an egotistical CEO who takes her employees on a team-building trip in the caves of New Mexico. When the group becomes trapped underground, they have to make some unthinkable choices to survive. Corporate Animals is in theaters next month.
Looks like you'll have to fight your way out.
Galaxy Far, Far Away is as close as New York City, where you can fully immerse yourself in a Star Wars experience.
You get a haptic vest that you put on. It actually triggers. When you get hit, you feel it. You go through and you can feel the heat from the planet. You can smell the burning in the atmosphere.
Star Wars Secrets of the Empire is happening now at the Oculus, a mall near Wall Street, through October. And Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson play Charlie and Nicole, a couple trying to hold their family together while going through a divorce in the upcoming film Marriage Story. The movie tells the story of the breakup through the eyes of the husband and wife. Marriage Story also stars Laura Dern, Alan Alda, and Ray Liotta. It hits theaters and Netflix this fall. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
It's a process that should really take off here in the next few months.
9 blocks in downtown Kinston are about to be a lot busier with art.
So we saw this as an opportunity, and we wanted to really, push for more murals in downtown as a effective way to improve properties and, create a better sense of place in our downtown.
Adam Short is the planning director for the city of Kinston, and this $100,000 grant from the National Endowment for the Arts will help move the Queen Street Streetscape project forward.
Every opportunity that we can, find grant money to improve and embellish on that project, we wanted to seek that out. So the NEA Our Town is just one example of that.
This grant will help fund the creation of 10 different murals stretching from the Community Center for the Arts to the Kinston Music Park.
It's more than just having individual places in downtown Kinston, but creating this sense of connectivity and linking things like the music park to other parts of downtown and making folks want to walk to different places and see and kind of discover different and new things about downtown Kinston.
This grant will help with the city's branding.
Being that we want to, brand ourselves as an arts community, as a community that has tourism based on arts and has this new economic driver based around the arts. This is just another example and another way that we can draw people to Kinston.
Now downloading Medical Minute.
Cat lovers allergic to furry felines may soon have something to celebrate. A Swiss pharmaceutical company has developed a vaccine, but it's not for you, it's for the cats. According to research published in the Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology, the vaccine works by suppressing a glycoprotein cats produce called FELD1, which causes allergies in humans. The company HypoPet said initial trials have shown that the vaccine is well tolerated by cats, and they were able to build up strong, lasting antibodies. 10% of people are allergic to cats, about twice as many as are allergic to dogs. While there are allergy shots for humans out there, they mainly help control the symptoms. The other option, of course, is avoidance. HypoPet says they're hoping that when this vaccine finally becomes available, families will no longer have to part with their pets because of allergies. According to the Shelter Animals Count National Database, almost 1.5 million cats entered U.S. shelters in 2018. However, the actual number is thought to be higher since only 54% of counties participate in the database. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Now downloading Living Local.
But if you don't learn the peoples in Pink Hill, you'll ride right on by,
Gary Jones has lived in Pink Hill all his life. More than 500 people call it home.
You get to learn the peoples. And once you learn the peoples in Pink Hill, everybody else then will fall in place.
He's a regular customer at R-Mart, a gas station reopened by Penny Harper and her husband in January.
We're really a lot busier than what we expected. We've had folks that they tell us they come from Trenton and other areas over just to get Hershey's ice cream and hand it in certain flavors, so there's certain flavors we have to keep in.
She's been learning the community for years through her family's businesses.
It doesn't seem like a job. It seems like that you're helping other people. You're making a living while you're doing it. But
it's awesome for people to support the community. It's awesome to feel the love returned.
Michael Hoffman and his wife Jolene are the owners of Joe's Cafe.
It's a place that you can come and you can immediately feel like home. This is somewhere where you feel like you've slid your feet up underneath your table and you're enjoying a meal at your house.
It's located off North Kinston Boulevard, a prime location for drivers passing by.
Traffic coming from Wilmington to Greenville, you've got traffic, you've got the college kids coming from Greenville, going back home to Wilmington. Highway 11 South and North are a busy roadway.
Though travelers may come and go, there are some things about Pink Hill you can't put a price on.
Living in a small town or having a business in a small town, there's so many benefits, and one of them is that we help each other out.
Everybody knows everybody. It doesn't matter where you go, to the grocery store or wherever you go, you're going to run into somebody that you know.
We have all these little kids coming in, and I'm thinking, well, gosh, here's my next little family. So it's been very rewarding.
This is a show about real people and real world advice.
Your tools are saving my family.
I want to teach people the power locked inside them.
Oh my God.
Go get what you want, go get what you and unleash it and live the life they've always dreamt of.
Now downloading Southern Stars.
As the organization name describes, Hope Restorations instills hope for those re-entering society, while these same clients restore homes in the Kinston area under the leadership of Director Chris Jenkins.
Our main purpose is to provide paid employment and training and other support for adults who are recovering from addiction or incarceration. Well, when we first meet them and bring them into our program, one of the first things we tell them is we believe there's something good in them that is worth polishing up and sharing with the rest of the world. And that is so contrary to what most of them have been being told the rest of their lives.
Chris used to be my neighbor, and we have a real link together. My son Chris and his son Tate both had addiction problems, and they're both in heaven now. That just kind of drew us together, and I remember us meeting with about 4 other people at Barney's Pizzeria one day to plan this venture.
We're the land of misfit toys, all of us, the ones on staff, the ones who dreamed it up, the ones who applied for grant money, the ones who are participating and turning. We're all just here being vulnerable and being honest about our weaknesses and our fears and trying to journey through life together as friends. And it seems to work.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Chris, again. And if you know someone in your community making it a brighter place, you can make your nomination as well. Go to WNCT.com/stars.
Well, that'll do it for this episode of the East Daily Download on location from Lenoir County. We're in Kinston at historic Granger Stadium, home of the Down East Wood Ducks. We're getting ready to go see a game and actually get to throw out the first pitch tonight for the team. That's pretty exciting as well. But it is National Wiener Schnitzel Day, and so I'm going to go to the concession stand over here and see if they have one, or a hot dog maybe. So you enjoy your day. Remember, you can always watch us online, WNCT.com, under the East Daily Download tab, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'd love for you to follow us and use the hashtag East Daily Download. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great Monday. I'm going to go get a Wiener Schnitzel.
Tuesday, when we hit the road on the next edition of the East Daily Download, we head to Bertie County to visit Bertie County Peanuts and Living Local. We'll take you on an amazing journey on a hoverboard. We've got part 2 in our interview with Alexa Kay, Director of Marketing for the Down East Wood Ducks. And we have a very special edition from the concession stand at historic Granger Stadium of Down East. So join us on Tuesday for an all-new The East Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina, CW.